back then they could charge a lot for video games because video games were like super niche and there weren't a lot of developers in town. They could charge relatively more, but it's way too competitive now. Nintendo is banking on the fact that like people love Nintendo so much that they will only like, look at this game, right? This game is like kind of scratches the Animal Crossing itch. It's like multiplayer Animal Crossing. It's like this game cost me like $4. And then Nintendo wants to be like, here's the new Animal Crossing up your ass. Here you go, $90 please. And it's just like, I'm just gonna play web fishing with my homies. Is that like the truth of it? It's just like there's too much good competition in the gaming development sphere. It's more than my monthly internet bill. I can't wait for Animal Crossing up your ass. So yes, the price is going up. Competition has never been more fierce. Frankly, I played the new Pokemon game and I was not impressed with that game. I was not impressed, and it was expensive. So it's just kind of like, no thank you. And then it's like, oh, you thought our offering was mediocre? Are you willing to pay $15 more for the next installment? And it was just like, you know what? Why don't I just go play Pal World? Games are being released. So basically they're making it's what is it called? Shrinkflation. They're charging more for less and you guys are just fed up with it. Correct? As a person, I agree with you 100%, but as a viewer, I feel obligated to give you a hard time just to be contrarian. You know, Lex, I appreciate that. I like being roasted because I'm an M. We'll finish off. I'm just curious. So I want you to be 100% honest with me, right? And you have to be only true Nintendo fans can chime in. Is there still a Nintendo game franchise? Wait, how are you swimming? Wait, what the fuck? How are you doing that? I die instantly when I hit the water. Stop distracting me, you silly rat. Is there a game that's Nintendo exclusive, so a Nintendo franchise that you're just like, yeah, you got me by the balls? Like, I am desperately, homicidally in love with this thing, and it's never gonna be on the PS Triple, so I have to buy the Switch 2. Zelda, Metroid, Mario, Animal Crossing up your ass, Fire Emblem, Zelda. Okay. So be honest with me, when the Switch 2 comes out and it's like $1,100 with the tariff and $600 in Canada. and then your that franchise comes out, like, are you gonna get a Switch 2? Are you gonna get a, probably they delayed the pre-order? Nah. So this is enough for some of you guys. Is not. That's enough for you. This is enough for you to just be like, I love this franchise, but I can't. I need to decide between eggs and a Switch 2. Them porting The World Ends With You over with additional content is what caused me to get a Switch. The World Ends With You. I remember that game. That game was so edgy and I loved it. Wasn't the opening of that game like, nobody understands me? I grew up in an era where less than 10% of my like school population played video games regularly. That's the era that I grew up in. I think the exception was Pokemon. Pokemon mania was real. I think up to like 20 to 30% of the people in my school. What the fuck is that? After Pokemon Red and Blue went out, it dropped back down to like 10% of my school population played video games. So the gamer group in my school was very small. Not that many people, maybe like 20 kids total. There was an in-joke in the gamer group at my school. Final Fantasy X came out and everybody who was cool loved the goth mommy. You know who I'm talking about? There's like a goth mommy in Final Fantasy X that everybody loved. And she has a skirt made out of belts. And in that group, we were so gooning on that shit. We fucking counted out how many belts, because you could look at the visual art and you could be like 1 2 3 4 5, and we counted it out, and she had something like 80 belts, and then like a good leather belt was like $40 back then. So like we joked that she had like a $1,300 skirt. That's a good gaming memory from my childhood. So you guys are a no-go on the Switch, huh? Okay. If Nintendo offered refunds like Steam, then maybe. I have a Switch. I bought a Switch because you guys helped me out. It was a gift from you guys and I bought one and I'm very thankful, but I appreciate it. I just don't play a lot of console games. So like I haven't used it that much. Yeah, my Switch is collecting dust. I just don't use it. So when the Switch 2 was announced, I was just like, but I don't play the first one. So why would I get the new one? Did they release anything to make the cost worth it? Because you provide something that's like, oh, the cost is increasing, but when you beat, from now on, whenever you beat a game, your dad comes back with milk and cigarettes, right? It's like, oh, okay, I'll buy it then. There's a C button. Not at the moment. Not really. So they're adding nothing.